and welcome to Vine's View. In the summer of 1994, a small group of people sat around a kitchen table, much like we are here today, and discussed how to create a safe and effective way for people to help their neighbors. And thus, Vine Faith in Action began by developing a simple organization where volunteers who wanted to help were matched with people who needed a helping hand. Throughout the years, the organization has grown to fit the needs of those looking to age to the max, caring for themselves and others regardless of their years or means. Vine provides older adults with services directed at keeping them happy, healthy, and living independently in their own home for as long as possible. These services include chores, transportation, peer mentoring, Meals on Wheels, medical equipment loan, caregiver support, and social, educational, health, and fitness opportunities. Each month, we will be showcasing a different program or service that Vine offers in the greater Mankato community. This month, we are going to be talking about the different health and wellness opportunities at the Vine Adult Community Center. With us today, we have Jen, Vine's Fitness Center Coordinator, and Vine volunteer and member, Dar. Welcome, Jen. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the Vine Adult Community Center and how it came to be?
So the history of the Vine Adult Community Center originated back in early 2010, 2011 with people understanding that we needed a new facility because we were starting to outgrow the current, what used to be the Summit Center in Mankato. And thus they started looking around, and the opportunity was given to us from Blue Earth County, the old Nichols building, that they were actually going to tear that down and actually charge the taxpayers. So we ended up, as the board, deciding to pursue that option, and they actually bought the building for $1.
One whole dollar.
One whole dollar.
What a deal.
One whole dollar. And then after that, they renovated it, and that took a couple years. And then in July of 2014, we opened the new Adult Community Center, and what you see now in the current building.
So we have a few photos that we can share so you can give us a little bit of a tour of the fitness center, or not just the fitness center, but the whole building. So let's start with a couple of the fitness opportunities that the VAC offers. And here we are in the fitness center. Can you talk a little bit about what's in the fitness center and how people use it?
Sure. So our fitness center is used actually with state-of-the-art equipment called HER, and that is from Finland. They are made, and they are used by air equipment, which is operated by air compressor, and then they use what we call our smart cards, and that makes it easier for the workout, so then you don't have to remember your workout. You don't have to remember how many sets you do, how many reps, how much weight you put on for the machines. And then actually, as you change your workout and progress, it actually shows you your progress then too.
So it tells you if you're going up or you're going down.
Yep. And then another thing with it, as I like to tell people, it kind of acts as almost like having me, your trainer, with you all the time. It just doesn't tell you to do 10 more. So it's kind of a nice, gentle reminder to make sure you do as many as you can comfortably. So yeah. Okay. And then we also have exercise classes in there at the VAC, and a little bit of everything from seated chair aerobics to a little bit of harder classes like Zumba or cardio strength, and a little bit of everybody. So then we also have yoga, as you can see, chair and floor, which gives everybody the option to what they can do and are comfortable with, whether they're getting on the floor or just want to stay in the chair for protecting the knees or the joints as people get older.
Sure.
And then you can also see the walking track here. It's excellent space because it is made out of recycled tires, so it's environmentally friendly as well as cushioning the knees and the ankles and the rest of the joints then too. So it's a nice, easy space, and then plus you get a ton of view from the windows looking out, which is fantastic.
Right now there's a pretty good view of construction, right?
Yeah, the construction view. We do kind of like spy on them every once in a while, so it's quite interesting. And then the most recent endeavor that we undertook here was adding the pool, and that actually opened last July officially. And in here the pool we keep at 89 degrees, and we offer a little bit of everything for classes. So that way they can do aqua yoga to our deep water classes or anything in the middle too. And then we also have times that are available for open to lap swim or walk or do your own thing then as well.
Okay. So besides just some of the fitness opportunities, there's also opportunities for education and socialization. Can you talk a little bit about those opportunities?
Sure. There is actually many opportunities at the VEC for educational and social. We put out a quarterly newsletter that gives people the option to kind of see what they have going on. We also have a billiards room where lots of people come and enjoy and spend time, and once in a while a game of pool gets played.
Sometimes more talking than pool action.
Than actual action, yes. But then there is also cards and, oh goodness, what else? A little bit of everything else. Games,
arts and crafts,
scrapbooking, memoirs writing.
All kinds of classes.
Classes. It's a little bit of self-defense. Dar actually teaches self-defense there once in a while. And then just a little bit of almost anything you can think of, because if we don't have it, we usually find somebody then that can teach it as well.
And talk about it.
Yep. And then also some of the educational things are where we bring in guest speakers, which would sometimes includes like Mayo Clinic or a Mankato Clinic. They bring in health professionals. Or people that have gone on travel adventures. They talk about that and want to share. Or just cooking classes or any kind of educational things with that.
The driving class is big.
Driving class is important.
Yeah.
Yep.
Drive Alive is that?
Twice a month, like Dar said, we have driving class where a retired police officer from the state comes down and we host the facility and they have a refresher class at Vine.
And some computer classes too for people who are maybe a little uncomfortable with computers.
Yes, there are computer classes. So if people are wondering how to really navigate around, if they have something new, or if they're just wanting to learn how to even just generally work their Gmail or anything with that, we have those as well. Yep.
So Dar, can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with?
I was dealing with a little bit of depression, and then I had some injuries, so I was really pretty sedentary. And so a dear friend and a Vine member was worried about me, and so she started talking to me about going to Vine. And so then I started asking her questions later, and so I decided, you know, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get there, and it really changed my life.
Did you start with exercising, or was it the socializing, or I guess what parts of Vine did you utilize right away?
I think the first thing I did was the fitness room, you know, the weights, and that was fun, and we got along really great right away. And I'm kind of a nut, and then
kind of,
yeah, kind of. And then I started, you know, checking other things out. Do you want to know what those were, or
yeah, you can tell us about them.
I love Zumba. You got to do Zumba. I'm trying to get into the pool now a lot more. I love Move It More. The cardio class that Jen teaches is wonderful. If you've ever wished you had your own personal trainer, you need to get there. It's, you know, it's like a fraction of the cost that you would spend on the outside.
And did you find the fitness equipment easy to use and learn? I know Jen probably walked you through how to use everything when you started.
As a former Phi Ed teacher, I loved it. I loved actually what it does for everybody else. It remembers everything, and even the seat height of where you place it, and it's really much easier on your bones and muscles. Not dangerous actually. It took the danger component right out. It's fabulous, and every activity that you go to, you know, there might be some friends from one activity, but the cool thing is the interaction and the different groups of people that you see in each one of the things. I just can't say enough about Vine and how wonderful it is.
And do you utilize any of the programs, education programs? Do you go to any of those as well, or typically just fitness?
Well, I've gone to the Drive Alive class, the refresher, and that's great. Saves you some money.
That's
you know, I've taught some self-defense class. I've gone to some travel things. Really, you know, you got to keep up with your calendar because there's so much to be offered.
Yeah.
I've chaperoned a couple trips. You know, my first chaperone, I took people, I think it was 65 people up to the state fair, and I told these
And
guys.
you didn't lose any.
I only lost 2.
Yeah.
And then we went to a play and was just asked to do some riverboat chaperoning, and that's fun. I like to tease people and make sure they're having a good time too. So.
So not only are you a member, but you started volunteering because you enjoyed the place so much.
Yes, yeah. Volunteering, of course, is everything. You know, you get so much more back when you volunteer. I started helping a little bit in Zumba class. I do a little warm-up thing. People are probably getting sick of that. I don't know. And then I'm in the fitness room. I volunteered to be one of the first 10 core people in the pool, you know, to get that going, and I volunteer in there. I sing up at the respite center. I take my guitar and sing to the folks up there, and that's very rewarding. Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing all that. Jen, can you talk a little bit about membership of Vine? How do you become a member? What are the qualifications? Is there a certain age restriction, and the different membership levels?
Sure. So at Vine, one of the biggest questions we actually get is around our membership. And some people are surprised, but actually to be a member at Vine, you only have to be 25.
Hey. And do you have members that are in the 20s?
Yes, we do. Actually, our youngest member is 25. They work around the area, so this is kind of nice. They come in after work, do their workout, and then go to other activities as well. But we do have our youngest member is 25, and actually our oldest member is 102.
So there's a wide range.
There's a big range in between. It's a little bit of everybody. But our membership range from 25 to 61 is one of our categories for a price range. And then our next category is from 62 to however old they
102.
102, or if somebody really wants to come that's
Or
older,
plus.
or plus too. We feel that as members experience a life, they get a little bit of a price break, which is nice. And a lot of times, which people find surprising, is also your health insurance can be a portion of your membership as well, which is extra nice perk of members. We do have 3 membership levels, we call them, our supporting, basic, and premium. Supporting basically includes your educational and socializing activities.
Okay.
And then also our basic membership includes the walking track and then all the educational and socializing. And for some people that have certain insurance, that level is free for them.
Okay.
So they don't have to pay anything for that. And then if they bump up to premium, that basically covers the entire building activity, whatever they may want to do. And that is one of our most popular ones because really people see the benefit in that.
Okay. And then besides the, you had just the only discount you offer besides the health insurance would be just the age and
Correct.
Additional household member if it's more than one person coming.
There is a second household. It's not necessarily a couple, but it's a second household is how we treat it as. And then to join, all you have to do is just walk in. You don't need an appointment, and even if you just want a tour, you can just walk in. There's always a staff member that can take you around and look.
So if you're not a member, but you're interested in maybe attending a class or trying out the pool, can you get a day pass, or is there a way to try things out before signing up to be a member to see if you like it?
Great question. I'm sure you want to try, right?
Yes.
So to try before what we call buy, people can just come in and get a day pass, and that they can try what they like. If there's something they've really been wanting to interesting, they can just let the front desk staff know, and then we'll show them where to go and which time the class is, and they can decide if they like it, great. If not, then they're okay with that then too. So it's a nice way to kind of get that experience before you really get the full Vine perk.
Okay. Dar, what would you say to someone who's maybe interested in joining? What would you recommend that they try out?
Oh, first of all, really consider joining. I was with some friends this weekend up at the cabin, and we all just talked about how Vine has really changed our lives. I mean, you know, we whole different groups of friends that you have, and the staff is wonderful and fun. You know, just get in there. I found out that there's a lot of things you can do while you're waiting for your class. You know, I forgot to mention yoga too. That's a wonderful class to take. Like billiards or ping pong. You know, you can just get in there and do that a little bit until your class starts up. It would be one of the best decisions that you can make, actually, for you to consider coming to Vine and joining.
I've heard some people who've been members for years say, "Oh, I didn't know that you guys had this," or "I didn't know you had that." And yeah, I always find that interesting because when the newsletter does come out, it's thick. It's a lot of pages of information. And I don't know if people just don't, you know, read the whole thing, and maybe they miss those opportunities. But it seems like there's a little bit of everything for everyone.
There really is. There really is. And you know, there's so many interesting people giving classes, you know, like where they've traveled, and you know, it's just great. People need to consider it and get there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of fun there.
And can you talk a little bit about volunteering and what, you know, if someone that maybe is not interested in, or it might be more interested in volunteering, I guess, what would you recommend for, I guess, what are your favorite things to do when you're volunteering?
Well, first of all, you take a volunteering kind of a class, and of course they need to check your background and stuff like that. So it's amazing that that I made it. Like, shock. I'm kind of, I like to, well, I like to volunteer. I love to volunteer in the weight room and the pool and wherever I can. But I also like the, hey, by the way, can you do this? You know, the unknown. It's fun to just kind of step in for people if they can't make something. Like I said, even the helping out as being a chaperone is wonderful. Yeah, you're volunteering, but you're having fun. You're interacting with these people. When I volunteer in the weight room, the extra bonus is I get to sing. I sing to them. Yes. Actually, what I'm really doing, I'm trying to clear it out so I don't have a lot of room when a lot of people in line when I'm working out. No, so that's fun, and people are really fun to interact with and give a hard time. And you folks are very interested in the guests and the members, and like Jen can customize your workout. Like, let's say you have a bad shoulder or something, she can customize that side for weights and stuff. I mean, it just gets better, you know? It just does. It's wonderful. Then they have these wonderful little gatherings for people, another kind of volunteer you can help out, but gatherings for like veterans. The high school choirs come and sing around Christmas time. I mean, it's just, yeah.
There's always something going on.
If you want to volunteer, you're kind of wondering, well, what should I do? Show up and, you know, and ask, because there's all kinds of things you could do. You know, even if you want to go shovel somebody's walk, you know, we need people that can do that too.
Do those things. So with all these classes, Jen, how do people sign up? Is registration required for everything, or can you simply show up?
That actually depends on the class, which is kind of silly, but it does. For all the exercise classes, just show up. Okay. You don't have to register or anything, just show up, which is fantastic. So if you're like, oh, maybe I'll try this, and you decide the last minute, just come on in. We always welcome you in. For a lot of the educational, we do ask that they usually sign up, like for travel forums or guest speakers. So that way we make sure we have enough tables and chairs set up, and then if there's material, that we have enough for that set out though too. And that can just be done even if you're not a member as well. You can still take advantage of these things, and you can just call our Vine number or stop in as well for sign up for those classes. Okay.
And what are the hours of the building? When is the building open?
So the VAC building is open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. So it's quite a long day. And then on Fridays, 7:30 to 5, and Saturdays are 8 till noon.
Okay. And I guess when are the busier times of the day? I know that sometimes parking can be an issue, or has been an issue in the past with people.
Yeah, the parking has been a little bit, but actually we've tried to space out educational and exercise classes so that we kind of gets a little bit overall throughout the day.
Yep.
But honestly, in the mornings usually are a little bit busier. We do offer a lot of our educational classes then and in the afternoon, but a lot of the physical activity classes we do offer more in the morning because that's when more people are there. And then the fitness center is actually usually busier in the morning. Most people like to get up, do their workout, get on with the rest of the day, or they have a little coffee, read the paper, and then they come in. But usually the mornings are a little bit busier, but there's always room for more.
Well, it sounds like Dar pretty much lives there, but what time are you typically there, Dar? If someone wants to come and meet Dar,
Meet Dar.
when can they find you?
I'm more of a morning person, but not real early, like 9. I'll try to make 9 o'clock classes, 9:30 classes, 10:30 classes. That's usually when I'm there.
So you're a morning workout.
Yeah, when I was
gal.
teaching, I would catch it, of course, in the evening. A lot of things, and that was really nice. Like, again, the cardio class. the cardio class.
So you're recommending the cardio class.
Really, I really, it was great. Like, dang, she really beat me up today. No, but really, if you want to work out, show up.
She even takes people outside sometimes
Yep,
for
we do.
cardio class.
Yep.
We explore the whole space.
Great way
The
to
whole
put that.
grounds.
The whole grounds.
It's super, and we're getting so big that, we're working hard on expanding, getting the money to do that, and they'll probably have even more things to offer people.
Hopefully. Well, in 2017, Vine won the New Step Pinnacle Award, and you were a big part of that award. So can you talk a little bit about what that award is and what it all entailed?
Sure. So in 2017, like Paige says, the Pinnacle Award, it is actually an international award that New Step puts out. And New Step is a company from Michigan. They make specific equipment that is designed for therapy, cardiac rehab, or just general active older adults that is a seated exercise cross body trainer. And they offer this award in conjunction with the International Council on Active Aging. And what they do is they have, they go around and you submit applications to see if your facility covers the 7 dimensions of health. And with that, then they choose a top 3 from the application that you send in, and then they do a site visit. And we were chosen as one of the site visits. We knew that when they called, we're like, yay, we got at least top 3, so gold, silver, or bronze. And then from there, they do a site visit. There's 2 representatives that spend the day with you and just talk, see, kind of get a feel for the facility, do some interviews with members, staff. We do know ahead of time when they are coming, so we don't try to stage anything. But
Make sure I can't come then.
Yeah, Dar's not there that day.
That's our best foot.
we want to show the good side of the facility. No. And then after that, a couple months later, somebody from New Step usually calls and tells you what gold, silver, bronze that you won. We found out from the CEO that we are selected as the gold recipient, which is for 2017 the top winner. With that, you actually get this beautiful spread in the magazine, the International Council on Active Aging magazine. A nice article wrote up, and then we also got another New Step from them, which is fantastic.
Nice.
We needed another one. And then also they sent myself and my coworker, Karen Christie, down to Florida free of charge. They flew up everything for the conference. And we were highlighted down there for a special awards banquet and spent time taking just educational classes as well. And we're basically like, hey, you're the best of the best this year, and it was fantastic. And then when we got back a couple months later, we actually had a presentation at Vine with the official awards trophy, which is still sitting there.
and bragging rights
and
forever.
bragging rights, exactly. Because most of the time, people take a couple of years to go through applications and be selected even. This was actually our first attempt at even writing the application and going through the process. So.
And it was the first time anywhere in Minnesota had received the award, correct?
Correct. Yep, we were the first one in Minnesota to receive. So it was a lot of first for on that level then too. And we actually found out later that they actually redid the qualifications after we received the award for that year because of how stand out, and they wanted to see how many places could actually measure up to what Vine had created as well.
Wow, that's awesome.
The new steps are fabulous too. I think do we have 4 of them?
We actually have 4 of them.
And boy, if you really can have like no or low impact, if you're really recovering from something that is just fabulous. It just really is the nicest thing I've ever seen. It's kind of like a recumbent bike in a way, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? But yeah.
Well, I guess, is there anything else you two ladies want to add that I might have missed about the VAC and why it's so wonderful and everyone should join?
It seriously would be one of the best decisions you've made. Consider getting to Vine. We'll give you a tour and you'll love it.
Jen, anything else you want to add?
Well, you have to hang out with me and Dar. And Paige.
And me.
And Paige.
And Paige, we can't forget Paige.
Well, thank you two for joining me today. That's all we have for today. If you would like to learn more about the Vine Adult Community Center or meet Dar and Jen in person, please visit vacmankato.com or call 507-386-5586. Thanks for tuning in today, neighbor. We'll see you next time.